Hello, children. How are you all? I hope everyone is staying safe at home and taking good care of yourself. Now, as you all know that your half-yearly exams are commencing from 12th of October, and we have completed our social studies syllabus too. So, let's start our revision. The history is divided into three periods. First is the ancient period, second is medieval period, and the third is modern period. Now, what is ancient period? Now, this is the period that was almost 5,000 years ago. Now, what were the main features of this period? In this period continued till 700 years. It continued till 700 years. Okay. Now, the main feature of this period were that this was continued till 700 years after the birth of Jesus Christ. After the birth of Jesus Christ, or you can say 650 CE. Now, in this period only the sacred books called Vedas were developed. Like here in this in this period, the Vedas were also written in the ancient language, which was Sanskrit. Now, after that, the people in this period, they used to live in groups, and each group had a ruler called Rajan, and the Rajan became the king of a larger region. Now, as the time passed, the larger region ruled by a king was called as kingdoms. And the main occupation in this period was agriculture. And in this period, famous epics. Here in this period, famous epics were also written. Now, what were the famous epics written in this period? Mahabharata and Ramayana. These were the famous epics which were written in this period. Now, moving on, medieval period. Now, this period was from 647 CE to 647 CE to 1700 CE. Now, the features of the important facts about this period was in this period there was the development of art, culture, and languages. And secondly, there was great deal of exchange of culture, music, religion, and language. And in this period, the main occupation was farming, and the farmers were also called peasants. They are also called peasants, and they were poor, and they used to work for the rich landlords. Now, here in this period, there was a rise in many kingdoms and powerful and famous families. And in this period, famous monuments were built like Qutub Minar, Taj Mahal, and so many other monuments like Red Fort, the Char Minar, and many others were constructed during this period. And when the medieval period was about to over, the British, they conquered most of India. Okay. Now then, after that comes modern period. Now this modern period was started from 1700 CE till and continues till date. Till today's date, this modern period is going on. Continues till date. Now, in this period, the British ruled India for about almost 200 years. The British ruled India for 200 years, and during this period, Indian National Congress, means INC, Indian National Congress was formed. It was formed in 1885. And here the common people, they started getting involved in national politics. Here the two most important events of the modern period was first, freedom from British rule. We got freedom from British rule in the modern period. And second is partition of India. Partition of India into India and Pakistan. This partition was also done in the modern period. So these two were the most important events in the modern period. Now in the modern period, in this period many developments were also made, and we are still continuing with it. Then comes sources of history. Now there are two sources of history. First is the archaeological sources and the literary sources. Now what are archaeological sources? Archaeological sources includes the objects which were buried in under the ground. Now for example, old buildings, forts, palaces, monuments, coins, these are the objects. Okay, these old buildings, okay, and forts, palaces, coins, and many other objects, and many other objects which were buried under the ground. Now the study of these objects is called archaeological sources. It's called archaeology. Okay, the study of these objects is called archaeology. Now when we study about archaeological source, we get a lot of information about the period in which they were built. Okay, about the old buildings, about the forts, the palaces. Now for example, the monuments, coins, tools and design of the building, they tells us about the people who built these these objects, and about their lifestyle, and many more about them. Okay, the people they about the people they were lived in that period. Okay, so this is called archaeological source. Then come to literary source. Now this literary source includes the things like old pictures, okay, old pictures, books, and epics, and other types of writing. So when we read the these books or the inscriptions we read on stone pillars of monuments, we can find about about the people who lived during that period, that time, and what kind of clothes they wore, what languages they spoke, and the activities performed by those people. So a few examples of literary sources are the four Vedas. The four Vedas. These are the example of literary sources, because the four Vedas, it give us information about the Vedic and later Vedic times. Okay, and they also give us information about the economic and religious life of the people, and Ramayana and Mahabharata and the many other tales which were written in the later Vedic period, they also provide us information. Okay,